Hello, welcome, sit down, and enjoy the very first episode of One Person's Take. Just a quick explanation. I'm just trying to get right into this as fast as I can. For those of you who are fans of the weekly show that me and my friend Owen Adams do, know that every once in a while we discuss things at length, over and over again. We have certain topics that come up time again, mostly because we're very interested in them. And a lot of times we don't get a chance to really express what we mean the way we want to, either because we're distracted by a video game or, you know, time constraints, anything like that. So what this is we're just gonna sit down, play a game, and talk about a singular topic for like 15 minutes, try to dilute it as much as humanly possible, and just kind of get our thoughts out there. In case I didn't say it before, I am your person for today, Jonathan Cadot. And if you're not fans of the show that I do weekly with Owen Adams, believe me, we do all those things that I just said. Alright, you just gotta take my word for it. And figured so you guys have something at least to look at while you listen to me go on about this, I figured I'd play a little Horizon Zero Dawn here, because it actually ties into what I want to talk about. So as I go on to this, I'm going to be killing some robot cows. Always a good time. So, the thing I want to talk about, AI. It's something that we've talked about quite a bit, and yeah, it's something that I find fascinating. I think a lot of people do. Especially as, you know, technology is getting more advanced, and, you know, the ideas behind AI become more and more feasible, and the possibilities, you know, become, you know, attainable. The problem I have with AI, though, is I think specifically in sci-fi depictions of it, you know, in movies like Terminator and Ex Machina and things like that, they do a really bad job portraying AI, and has really clouded a lot of people's thoughts behind AI. You know, because I mean, as it stands right now, AI is basically a program with a set function that has certain preset parameters that they can you know, have a little wiggle room with, right? And that's kind of where we're at. But you always see in you always kind of see in sci-fi movies, you know, the evil AI, you know. Oh god. You see the evil AI, where, you know, it's like, it's Skynet from Terminator, it's HAL from 2001 Space Odyssey, you know, these rogue AI units that was like, oh, well, clearly the most logical thing to do is just to kill everything. And it's, well, I get it, that makes a more interesting movie, right? I don't fault the creators for doing that by any means. My issue more or less is people take these movies and they kind of apply them to oh, hello. This is a giant T-Rex robot, which, oh god, can really hurt me, and it's probably going to. Because even at full level, these things are really hard to kill. But yeah, and I think people are kind of missing a lot of times with these depictions. They're kind of missing something, and what it is that I don't know why we're so convinced that robots or AI will immediately act in a way that's harmful are immediately harmful to humans. You know, and I think more or less it's, I think the truth of it really is people are more, feel more guilty about, you know, what humans do, and that comes off in those movies. But, oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, see, this thing's rough. But the thing that I think everyone misses is that a real AI, in the sense of these sci-fi movies, always act like on their own accord. They basically become humans in every sense, like the consciousness and the thought process, whatever. And if that's the case, why are they always evil? Because we don't have nothing but evil people in the world, right? There's tons of people who are trying to help others. There's people who are trying to, you know, just do good in the world. And so why don't we ever get those AIs in movies? You know, where, I mean, yeah, I guess we had AI, that movie, Steven Spielberg movie, which was terrible. And they weren't all bad, but, you know, I think disproportionately the depiction of AI and robots and stuff like that are bad, really mean, and depressing at times. And I'm saying "and" a lot. Excuse me. I guess that's the nature of this. You know, I'm just trying to wing it as I go. Didn't really prepare anything. As you could probably tell by the really terrible Windows photo app intro I made for this. You know, this is kind of something I just pieced together super quick, and because I just wanted to do it. But okay, so getting to why why I chose this game to talk about this is, and here's some spoilers, is this game actually gives us a depiction of an AI that actually acts like selflessly. And actually acts like with humanity's like best interests in mind. And so yeah, quick spoilers. Basically, the premise behind this game is you realize that, oh, the Earth was going to be destroyed, apocalyptic nature, so to preserve humanity in some way, humans develop an AI system with a bunch of subroutines and parts of it to perform different functions to basically wait out the apocalypse and then bring humans back, you know, with like cloning and stuff like that. But one of those subroutines goes rogue, which it's kind of defeating the purpose of what I'm trying to get at here. But once the main AI unit figures out that one of its subroutines is malfunctioned, its initial response is basically to kill itself to stop it and basically give humanity a chance, which it does. And that's a really interesting thing, because for me at least, because I think that is almost a more realistic depiction of like what would happen. And maybe it's just me being an optimist, but even when you think about like logic, right? Because that's always the big thing. Like, oh, AI always acts logically, you know, they're basically robot Spocks, you know, and it's like, okay, well, that's true, but why is the logic always humanity has to die? And I think here we see that actually the more logical thing is that humanity kind of has to be preserved in order for the, you know, the AI to exist, right? Because it, you know, they never really discuss how symbiotic these relationships really are. because like AI needs a creator, right? And yeah, you can say, oh, okay, well, you know, AI can go so far, it can just create itself, which I guess that's a thing. But I don't know. To me, it kind of feels like that's a really cheap way of explaining it. I guess, yeah. Just to wrap this up, because I am rambling, and I told myself I wouldn't ramble. Basically, you know, movie makers and video game makers out there, quit being lazy. Quit being goddamn lazy with your AI systems. You know, they don't always have to be evil. They don't always have to have a negative approach and opinion on everything. They can be nice. They can actually be self-sacrificing. They can be whatever, you know, and it makes it more interesting than like, oh shit, here we go, another evil AI system hell-bent on destroying humanity. And in turn, like, I think if we had more nuanced depictions of AI, it would really change people's actual opinion about the AI we actually have these days, or are going to have. Because yeah, it's so weird how people are like freaked out about AI. I don't know. Just, yeah, like I said, 15 minutes, that's what I wanted to do. Just something to talk about. Short little video for you guys to watch. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know. Leave a comment. What are your guys' thoughts on AI? You know, are we doomed? Are humans doomed? Do we deserve to be killed by our robot overlords? That's a whole other can of worms. And, yeah. You know, all the standard stuff. Like and subscribe. Comment. Hit the little bell for notifications. All that fun stuff. And, yeah. Tune in next time where another person, most likely me, but a person nonetheless, will have their take on another thing. I'm not good with outros. Have a good one.